About that time, I guess, or close enough. It's Tuesday night, and it's time for Tuesday night live streams right here on the Emceemur Show. And tonight, a curiosity, something just so strange. The Super Joy 3 plug and play Super Joystick TV game. What a cheap hunk of diarrhea this is. Or that it appears to be, anyway. I mean, it pretty much is, right? But I scored this in a lot years ago, a parts lot. There was tons of AC adapters, just all kind of wires, but it was cheap. And this was in there. And I was like, okay, well. Had to do a little research to find out what kind of AC adapter to put on it. Because strangely enough, the battery pack that fits 4 AA's will not fit 4 AA's. It's like literally a few millimeters too small and it just pops out. Are batteries smaller in China or overseas? I don't know. I gotta research that now. But anyway, we're plugged up. Let's check this out, man. It's a Famiclone, right? 76,001. Now, obviously, there aren't 76,000 games on here. They're variations. But there's a bunch. And we want to look on here and just see. I mean, obviously, Contra is going to be Contra, right? Well, what is Knight RJZ? I intend to find out. We are already joined by Intrigue Gaming. Carlos, what's happening, dude? You know, okay, look at this. I have no idea what that says. So, let's go ahead. Oh, my goodness. I love it. Jeff Bailey says he's got one of these too. Alright, here we go. Oh, I'm already hit. Trying to adjust things while I play. That's not a good mix. This is wild. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Ninja on Sega Master System. What is the significance of this thing? Both buttons seem to shoot the boomerang. God, you gotta get awfully close to the top to get the screen to move. That's kind of broken. But we're not expecting anything that's going to blow us away, technologically speaking here. This is just a curiosity and one of those fun, exotic things we look at right here on the show. Again, Jeff Bailey says he's got one. Is it the same one? Have you got this unit? I imagine there's variations of them too. They have different boards in them or whatever. It's the thing, that odd thing that, yeah, it doesn't. And you know, if y'all watched the recent pickup video, my recent game hunting vlog, you saw one that I got that's very similar to this. It doesn't have an AC adapter port, and you can't put batteries in it, so I just can't use it. I mean, I don't know. Jeff says it's similar. Look at that one in the vlog if you don't mind and tell me if it's that one, because I'm going to tell you, the batteries don't fit. And no, it's not AAA. It's just literally the pack is too small. You put the fourth one in, they all fly out. TJ Kitsune is in the house. Look, he can get in the water. That's pretty cool. Points, honestly, for water not killing you. I mean, it's pretty bad that you have to get right up here in the danger zone to advance the screen. Because, yeah, you just get killed. And I've played with worse controllers, but this isn't the best. I mean, obviously the system is the controller. And the bottom of this thing is a cartridge slot. It will play Famicom games. This is a Famiclone. So once you put the cartridge in, it takes over and it's no longer this anymore. It's just whatever cartridge you put in. And I've got a bunch of imported. Look at it. And here's like a mini boss, it looks like. Is this... See, here's the thing. We have no idea what the name of this is. And if anybody out there is a Famicom guru, speak up. But this looks a lot like the Ninja on Sega Master System. Because you'd go so far and then the mini boss would come out. Niniku, I think his name was. But he looked just like that guy. He was a chubby orange samurai dude. And you kick his butt, you advance to the next stage. So was I at the end? Obviously, this does not look as good as the Ninja did on Master System, but... Yes, please tweet and share. IG says, I know Jack Shmalola about the Famicom. Honestly, I'm not going to make like I know a bunch about it either, because I've only just started collecting for the system, and obviously because of a language barrier, there's only so much that we can play. How come he can't go up past here? Seems like we went further than this on the last run. I was playing Mega Man. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, come on. Okay, there he is. There's the dude. Did I get him? No, there's more than one. Oh, we can move more left and right. Got him. Pick that up. What are those? Pine cones? Grenades? Oh. This is tough. Game over. Okay, so we just click it off and we go back in, right? No harm done. Well, we got to look at that. I'd be interested to know what that is. That's worth a Google. King of Fighters? You know that's not King of Fighters. But let's see what it is. If we try hard, we'll get through all 76,000 tonight. Kung Fu? Is this a Kung Fu clone? Oh my, look at this. Would you look at this right now with me? Oh my. I'll go ahead and just tell you, I'm not the guy with the stick. Kicking! Oh! Ty kicking him right in the grundies. Oh! Wabaga! How come he gets a stick? I don't get a stick? Oh my goodness, I'm getting wabaka'd. You know, I don't hate this. This is kind of cool. This has promise. All I know to do is blitz this dude. But it's like the hit detection is bad. Ye Air Kung Fu is titled King of Fighter. Definitely skirting those. Yeah, that's the thing with this is you don't know what you're getting. The hit detection's so bad, you gotta hit him right at the hit point, or you're not striking him. So I'm guessing you know what this game is. I've never played this before. Alright, we're gonna stick and move. We'll play a little bit more defense. We're a few up on him now. Oh, come on. I'm getting him now. You have this game and you're not playing it? You're playing Dragon Age instead of this? Alright, we dropped him. Now I kind of know what it wants from me. Alright, dude's happy. You get bonus points for the power you have left over. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Oh, I'm already taking fireballs. Hadouken! Hadouken! Is this Karnov I'm taking on here? Oh, we can shoot low, too. This controller is not the most responsive thing I've ever touched. I'm sure there's a pattern you can get used to. Ah, poop on a stick. Dodge that one. Come on, I'm hitting him now. Give me some credit. I think we just lost the fight. An arcade game from Konami from 1985. I've never had the pleasure. You know, this is one of those games to where if you got this on your birthday or whatever, you wouldn't be upset about it. It'd be like, yeah, ninjas. Oh, it's light years more functional than Defiance 2050. I mean, we wanted to play, and Wang showed up with his stick. Here he is. You know, if this were Defiance 2050, Wang would not have been able to make the match with us. Yeah, I never liked Karate Champ. Never could make it do anything. I never understood how that became such a hit. I never could get that game to do anything. I mean, nothing. Just nothing. Played it so many times. That's the second time this guy's got a cheap fireball shot on me where I'm trying to drink my Lipton tea over here. He ought to know about tea. Need a tea break over here. Not getting it. The Xbox 360 had an updated version of this game from Konami as well. That's interesting. Also was not aware of that. Oh, it's over. Nope. We took him. Towel is on the mat. That's interesting. Dropping a like. Thank you. Romancing the Impulse. RTI is in the house, everybody. Here's Chen with his ball and chain. The Manriki Gusari. I believe they call that. Correct me if I'm wrong on my ninja terminology. If that's on the Xbox site, that's fantastic. Is it called the same thing? What is it called? Don't mind Nightbot. Post your links. Ice, want to use the moderator? You might be able to allow that so it'll show it. I, for one, would love to go back and get a... Yeah, no one cares, Nightbot. Do your job. Nightbot's never officiating when we need him to. Alright, so I died, but it's like it's okay. They made me start over last time. This is no fair. Why doesn't Lee get a weapon? Chen got a weapon. Wang got a weapon. Tao can spit fire. What do I have? Do I have something I don't know about? Well, you know, I assume people might be wanting 8-bit goodness, which we've done so many new release streams on here. I'm not giving you enough of that. I was hoping this would be something we could look at in that department, but still something a little exotic. Something we may never have seen before. I certainly have never seen this. ER Kung Fu. Alright, cool. Is that on the 1 or is that on 360? I mean, it's fine either way for me. There we go. Now I'll go back to that link in the chat replay. Chat replay, something YouTube is doing right in 2019. I hope they keep that up. Come, I'm hitting you, dude. Alright, we'll go back in. Next game. It surely isn't Tekken. I mean, Tekken's not here, right? That's not a thing. It's Karateka. Yeah, that's fine. Get it on. I would get it on 360. So this is bizarre. Did they have this? I mean, because I have this on 7800. Was this a Famicom game? I don't think they ever had this game on Nintendo, did they? The end. I always hated this game too. My God, it's so bad. Contra's on here. It's just we know what it is. Oh, he has. Look at this. He can fart if you hit the A button, and that's all he's doing. And now we're gonna fight Dr. Zoidberg from Futurama. I always hated this game too. This was not a game I could ever make do anything. Oh, just because you suck at it. Well, I mean, I guess I do, but also there's the chance that this game sucks a fat turd. How come I can't attack? He won't do anything. He just dies. What a horrible game. Horrible game. But interesting that it's on here. WWF, God knows what WWF game we might be getting. Is this Muscle? This is Muscle. It's totally Muscle. Muscle Man's getting in against Terrai Bull. Oh no, I picked Terrai Bull, so who's this? Jack you in the lip. Romancing the Impulse. What's up, dude? Oh, look at that dragon suplex from Terrai Bull. Oh, he's going to drop in a power pellet. You got to get it. I've still got my muscle men. Oh my goodness, he's getting Dan Severned in here. Oh, I got it again. Oh, get the backboard out here. Oh. He just got severned. Which, if you're not familiar with what severned is, was it UFC 3 or 4? I think it was 3. Dan Severn and Anthony Mad Dog Macias. Severn hip locked him from the back and did that, just completely belly to backed him, and then he didn't let go. Picked him up and did another one, and that was it. Fight over. Dude was just, he didn't know what universe he was currently in. Oh, power pellet. Oh, come from the bottom this time. Oh, and he's got the iron claw. Oh, I'm getting tore back. That's it. That's ball game. Look at him jumping. He's so happy about it. That's it. I was picking my tag team partners. I didn't even realize we were doing a tag match. It's been so long since I've played this. Muscle Man's in. Wabashadoosh! Wascraddlemoosh! Easy to... No, this is Muscle. This is, Kaniku Man. They did Ultimate Muscle on PS2 and GameCube later on. Intrigue Gaming says he's going to work. I hate that for you, but I hope that you have the best time you could possibly have there. And thank you so much for stopping by. Intrigue Gaming did a cool stream tonight of that new, God, whatever it is, that anime game that homebrew for the Dreamcast. DGC picked up a copy at Too Many Games. Great looking game, but he streamed that, so look at the recap later tonight. There's links on that recap to purchase a brand new Dreamcast game for $50 with collector's goodies in 2019. I can't stress to you how insanely cool that is. I would like to have it. It looks like a great, solid platformer. Alright, so game over on Muscle. And back in. Let's see what Super Mario we got here. I'm interested. Oh, good God. You know, I've had a bad past with the Dreamcast. I've gone through a lot of them. And finally got one that works. I rage sold all my games at one point. I really don't have much left to play. Oh, this is going to be tough. Okay, so at a glance, we are just playing Mario. With kind of wacky colors. RTI says, I hope the lurkers are enjoying the show. I hope they are too. And they can feel free to chime in at any point. We're here to have a conversation with you. Let us know what you think about what you're seeing here on the show. Oh my God, this D-pad is horrible. He's not even wanting to move. And if you are new to the channel, I will ask that you drop a like on this video and subscribe and be a part of the Emceemur show. Oh my god, yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of damage control being talked about that Bloodstained, and I almost ponied up for it on the Switch because I wanted that Steelbook, but it's not even a Steelbook for the Switch. It's a stinking PS4 one with an insert that will hold your cartridge. And I could already tell that it was PS4 shaped. I just thought it would hold that and the disc, and it will, but it's a cheap plastic insert. The game doesn't run worth a turd. They were saying that it was being showcased at PAX and it didn't run worth a turd on the Switch, but it did fine on everything else, so my mind was made up then. I'm done with the multiplats, man. Y'all can't give me a solid running game. I don't care what it is. Why are you gonna fool with that? Get the one that works. I'm not done with Switch. I love my Switch. I'm going to keep playing first party on Switch because there's some kind of guarantee of quality control there, but we never, it's a crapshoot with the third party stuff. We don't know how anything's going to run. It's some crazy experiment because the Switch obviously cannot be as powerful as its competitors if it's going to offer portability. And it's just gimmickry and gadgetry, and we don't know how any one thing is going to run. It's an experiment every time. I think we can pretty much concur that this is Mario all the way. Xbox version needs a crash patch. Oh my god. Well, I mean, it's got some growing pains too. I mean, you could almost claim it's an indie game, I guess, at this point, even though it's so widespread and popular already. It looks great. I hear nothing but good, and I hear nothing but good from sources that I know and I trust. You know, people that are definitely right with what they're talking about and are voting with their minds and not their hearts, and that's important. So I think you have a good product there, but where to play, that's of key importance. I kind of just want to get to the end of this and see if the warp zones are there. D-pad, what is it with the D-pad freezing up as soon as my 1-up shows up? You don't think I want to get that? I want to get that. Darn, boy. Let's just go. I'm not worried about this. I'm not going to sit here and play Super Mario Brothers the whole way through. Yeah, it is good to know, man. And it's like, okay, it's a Castlevania-esque game. I would like to play it on Nintendo. Yeah, warp zones are here, so nothing different. Nothing different. But again, for those of you just joining us, if you've seen this thing in the thumbnail, again, we've got a slot back here to play Famicom games. I forgot that I had this, really. I mean, and I've been so worried about getting new plug-and plays because we've had good luck and a lot of fun looking at those on the show, but I was like, man, we haven't looked at this, and I've had this one longer than I've had any of them, so kind of cool. Arkanoid. Guilty pleasure. So, yeah, it's the Nintendo version, as you would think it would be. Yeah, apparently the loads are a big problem. All around, like load times in general. Oh, I thought I got that. Whatever, dude. That was a laser. You gotta get that. I'll stick with the big stick right now. I'll let you catch it. No! Yeah! Do you feel Arkanoid plays the same with a pad? No, it doesn't. And I can tell you, I actually scored the Nintendo dial controller at a yard sale a few seasons ago. It's a very rare piece. It's sold as much as $60 for one. I don't think it's quite that high now, but because, I mean, as soon as something hits that high in the market, anyone that's got one's like, oh, God, I'm going to sell mine. And then, you know, that ultimately competitive pricing drives the market down. And that's cool that other people can get it for a good price. Oh, I lost the ball as soon as I got the laser. But yeah, I can tell you that dial is better than the Nintendo pad for sure. And, you know, I cut my teeth, my Arkanoid teeth anyway, on, not this obviously, on Commodore 64, and then Arkanoid 2, The Revenge of Doe, the grid monster. So cool. Just really have always enjoyed Breakout, whatever the hell you want to call any variants of this game. Alleyway on the Game Boy was cool. There's a big controversy right now in the fighting game community over different control methods to be allowed in tournaments. I plan. That'd be a good idea for us. That's a good vid topic. I like that. And I guess, you know, if one person just plays it a certain way and they're really good, is it fair to say they have an advantage when not using that would put them at a disadvantage? If indeed the controller's not laden with any kind of turbo or anything crazy like that, it's just maybe a different, you know, fight stick versus D-pad versus thumbstick versus whatever, you know. I think we're on our honor to be as good as we can at any game given what controls we have available. All right, boom, we got it. Jeff, I appreciate it, brother, and thanks so much for coming in, dude. Jeff is a pretty cool cat. He does a lot of interesting cover tunes, vocal covers, and other on his channel. Really unique content. Makes me want to break my guitar back out. Something I never get time to do anymore, but... Oh yeah, there we go. That's the pepper. That's the old pitch in it. Oh, and then I lose 2 of them. What an idiot. Yeah, that's a good topic right there. And I guess it could be as akin to, you know, a pitcher using his lucky glove, or, you know, a lot of boxers have preferences on, you know, glove branding and stuff like that. So I will, man. I will bust it out one of these days. I hope I haven't forgotten how to play. You can ask Captain Retro. Back in my day, I was something else. I won't brag on myself now, but 16-year-old Mur was a Hendrix in training. All right, let's see. I'm going to assume this is the Nintendo Pac-Man, but we're going to look. And it is. Like, to the letter. It just doesn't have the licensing down there on the bottom. Definitely a plug-and-play Pac-Man. Space E.T. Okay. We've looked at enough of the ones we know what they're going to be. Let's look at something wacky. Space E.T. is Space Invaders. Which I think there was a homebrew for Famicom that was the Space Invaders, and that this is it. So, Getting Your Nerd On has joined us. Welcome, GYNO. We are looking at a very odd plug-and-play here, and at the risk of dying, I'll show it to you again with the Famicom game slot in the back. And again, I've got some really neat imports of collection Famicom carts, you know, total hack jobs, but cool stuff on them. Some of them I've never even looked at. Some of them I've actually found at yard sales in the past. I don't know how anybody would have ever ended up with something like that from a time where they would actually get to a point where it would be in a yard sale now. So, yeah, it's opened up a new kind of mini-series that we can do on the show of just really seeing what this thing can do. What is Bird Week? What is a Bird Week? This might be a duck hunt hack, because this has a gun. Let me show you this gun. Oh my god. This has a gun, straight up. And it plugs into the base of, yeah. Oh, but is this even it? I don't know if I'm supposed to shoot this bird or if I am the bird. Oh, I am the bird. Well, what do I do? Well, you know that bird's got to be the enemy bird. Ooh, I just wanted to touch him and see what happened. Oh, okay, so he picks things up. That's the dynamic we're going for here. Oh, look at me. I'm loaded up. So we go up. Oh, I missed him. Can I shoot this thing? I feel like we're just supposed to take the black bird out. This nasty old crow or whatever he is. I bet I'm supposed to feed the baby birds. What do you think? His Flappy Bird 1985 edition. Whoa! Alright, get the shroom. I think we ran out of time. Well, I'm not satisfied. I wanted to kill something. He dives. He gets that mushroom. Yeah, this is something. I don't know what, but it's something. Definitely something. Got him! Is he dead? What is this down here? I have no idea what it wants me to do. This is something. Yeah, it's something, alright. I won't say what, but it's something. Mario Brothers. This must just be Mario Brothers, I'm sure. So let's look at something a little bit more wacky. Ninja 1 is probably Ninja Gaiden. An 8-bit bird simulator. Well, you know, I mean, yeah. Wild Gunman is definitely Wild Gunman. Maybe this is not Ninja Gaiden. Oh, I remember this. I've played this game. I can't remember the name of it. Why does he keep jumping down? Okay, so if you hit up in that, he'll jump. If you just hit the jump button, he drops. Oh, I wanted that power up, and now I'm dead. The Famicom slot in the back of the controller is clutch. It really is, because, I mean, honestly, I've got ways to play. I mean, I've got a converter to play it in my top loader. But the problem with the top loader is, unless you mod it, you don't have an AV out. And without an AV out, I can't stream it. Gaming Rock 673 is here. Welcome. Good to see you in the house. Been a while. Glad to have you here. Glad to see people coming out for this one, because this is a unique one here. But yeah, that's so cool, because I scored some Super Famicom games recently. Shoot! Shoot! And I have a way to play those as well. And I have a way to stream those as well. But without this, you know, I just remembered today that it had that. And I said, dadgum, I bet that'll play Famicom games. Never even have tried it. So, yeah, you just pop it in there and go. I'm hitting up, dadgum. This is the wonkiest. Yay! I'm up the... Do I get something for coming up here? Canadian Retro is here. Welcome, CR. I guess I had to kill all the ninjas on the mountain. Or get as many of those as I could get. Guys, if you're just joining us, make sure that you drop a like on the video. Because people need to know about these. People need to know about the super joy they could be having in their life. Times 3. Oh, I'm scrapping with this guy. Look at this. Oh, get it, get it, get it, get it. A complete box PS3 light gun and DJ Hero for 10 bucks. The DJ Hero for 10 bucks, I could say that. I imagine you could find that, but yeah, the guns are not cheap. If you got a gun for that price, that's amazing. I came into some guns recently in a consignment deal that a guy wanted me to move for him, and yeah, the guns were bring like $25 a hit. Especially if you got something with them, you know, like some Time Crisis or something that come with them. That's still really popular stuff. Or that Vampire Knight game, I had that recently. I was playing some of that. That's a pretty cool game. Well, this is certainly different. And apparently his boomerang is tougher than my ninja star. Well, that was something. And yes, there really is 76,000 entries here, for the love of God. I mean, what does Donkey Kong look like on number 75,982? I just gotta see. It's him, but there's no, they can't put the name on there. Oh, it's Donkey Kong Jr. Whoop. I loved this game. I played NES Friday the 13th tonight. That's a tough one. Was never any good at that one. Donkey Kong. Like, shared, and all that goodness. Can't thank you enough. Put the word out there. Get the action in here. We want people to be a part of this, and most importantly, we want people to be a part of Mur-Nation and all the fun that goes on right here every Tuesday night and throughout the week as well. Had some pretty cool new uploads this week. Anyone hear about COD Modern Warfare 4 coming out this year? I do Call of Duty every year, and I do Call of Duty coverage every year. And I've already secured the collector's edition for this year's Call of Duty when it accidentally went up for pre-order with GameStop, because I'm always having the situation examined by top men, and I'm dead, but we know what this looks like. We'll move on to the next one. That's going to be unboxed right here on the show, day one, as planned, as is the custom here on the Emceemur show. You know that I take my Call of Duty very seriously. I'm all about my retro, but Call of Duty is my yearly guilty pleasure. I love it. Helicopter. MOS. You talked me into it. Oh, Raid on Bungling Bay. Okay. Well, we'll just call it Helicopter. Yeah, gotta play Cyberpunk, gotta play Gears 5. Yeet. Manusia Scroosh. Warungadunk. Hey, one of these days I may get free COD copies. I don't know. Raid on Bungling Bay was on NES? Yeah. You know what? And I don't have it. I don't have a physical copy of this. I can tell you I don't. Some games I got to check my list and say, what do I? I don't know. But I can tell you I do not own Raid on Bungling Bay. Yeah, and apparently we're getting another Black Ops right after this, because Sledgehammer pooped the bed on whatever they were making, which is hard to believe, because I think Sledgehammer's done pretty good overall. I'm one of the very rare breed that enjoyed Advanced Warfare, and still do. In fact, if you haven't gone back to it in a while, the lobbies, I'm going to tell you, the getting is good. It's nothing but noobs. And I know that's almost like a noob thing to say, like you don't want competition, but honestly, if you really want to do some leveling, kick some butt, and feel like you're somebody, because I'm not the greatest out there, but I'm not bad, you'll go in there and you'll tear some fools up. Modern Warfare 1 was such a tried and true, fantastic formula. And it is still fun. World War II, yeah, that was the other one. And it, you know, I did not want a World War II game that year. Just did not. But it was good. It was good. It was so much better than I thought. And honestly, I didn't really think it was going to be bad. I just thought it was going to be, you know, half cocked or whatever. But No, it ended up being much better so than I thought. It was so much more fun than I actually thought it was going to be. Alright, let's see. Let's go to page 3 here. Oh, Macross. That's cool. And that will be Macross, of course. I'm sure. I think that Sledgehammer was working on something. Vietnam or something like that. South Pacific, something. Oh, there's Minmay. But that's been yanked for whatever reason, and now we're just going to get a Black Ops 5. Which people are like, oh, Death of Call of Duty. It won't necessarily be, because you can make as many Black Ops as you want. They're great, but... Alright, we got a Veritech fighter, or a Valkyrie. The Zentradi. And I have to take them on with a faulty D-pad. This was such a unique game, too, because you had a power meter. Boy, do I need one. Tactical battle pods coming in left and right. The female battle armors with the thrusters on the back. How cool was Robotech? Anybody in here a Robotech nut like I am? The Nupetiet Vernitz warship. I can watch all 3 sagas of Robotech all the way through and then start them over and just keep going. In fact, I did it regularly as a child. USA used to air it regularly, but they would never air Invasion. They would just air Macross, Southern Cross, and at the end of Southern Cross, there was an officer's battle pod. They would start back over again. So, but Invasion's so great, and they're all on Netflix right now. There's Lord Chiron. I always wondered why Dragon Spirit was $5, then I beat it in 15 minutes. Into the warship. Attack! Switch to Battleoid. I thought you said Robotrek and got excited for a minute. Well, you can get excited for Robotech too. And you know I'm a big pen and paper guy, but most of what we played pen and paper back in the day, surprisingly, was not Dungeons and Dragons. It was Palladium Books' very own Robotech. Played a ton of Robotech. Making characters and mechs and blowing up Zentradi. Playing, campaigns in all of the 3 major sagas and making our own quest lines and yeah. Switch to Guardian. That just kind of slows you down a little bit. Robotech did have a crazy history in the US, and we got so many watered down versions of the actual cartoon. A lot was cut, some graphic stuff. And I believe the one on Netflix is not cut at all. But like I've got the Protoculture collection on DVD, and that's all the cut ones. It's all cut. It's all the American versions. What you would have seen on USA. USA would cut stuff out of Tom and Jerry if they had to. It's too violent. No, it's not. Jester's Gaming Biz is here. Welcome, Jester. The joining of several different series into one. Yeah, Palladium did a good job of that because they joined a million different series into one with their role-playing books. The systems all worked within each other. So we had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pen and paper. We had Rifts. We had Robotech. And it was just a wonderful time to be alive. A wonderful excuse to roll some dice. How far away are you from too many games, Mur? I freaking didn't know Captain Retro was there for a bit, and I probably should have told you that he was there. It seemed like he ran into everybody. I should have let you know that he was there. I mean, we're like about a 11-hour drive. It's not quick. If I was going to go, I'd fly. Captain drives all the time, though. He goes to every convention. He'll just stay up all night and not sleep, drive to Houston for Palooza. I can't do that, man. I need my beauty sleep. I'd have to fly. I don't like long car rides. But I may go next year. Everybody had a great time, and there's so many of you I would love to meet, you know, that were there. And I know the prices are bunk. I would never pay convention prices for stuff. I'm in the same business those guys are in, you know. Not to necessarily just to resell, but I buy expensive stuff for $1 in a trailer park somewhere, and I rejoice that I got it and tell the story. I don't go somewhere and pay somebody $80 for it. Sometimes you got to pay that for things if it's like that one thing and you're probably never going to see it again and somebody just happens to have it, but my God. Alright, so I'm getting carried away here. We need to look at some more games while we still have time to do it. I'm trying to take a good tour of this thing. NES Addict is here. Welcome, Jay. Great to see you on TNL tonight. We're taking a look, again, if you're just joining us, at this wacky Super Joy 3 plug and play with the Famicom slot in the back. Can't wait to collect some more Famicom carts that I have and actually play them and know that I can stream them on here, you know? There's ones that I would like to play that, you know, we don't need to worry about a language barrier. You just play them, you know, you don't have to read or anything. And that's fantastic. It was a blast. Don't know if we'll be back next year. Yeah, I hear you, man. It's just one of them things. And I hear there was a lot better prices at other cons, so it's just one of those things that I wouldn't want to go and know that I couldn't trust that I could buy anything anywhere. That'd be kind of a bummer. Star Force, Burger Time. Formation Z is probably Section Z, right? Let's take a look. Good question, NES Addict. Am I coming to SEGE? I'm thinking about it. I really am. It's right around my birthday, so it'd be a good time to go. So we just might. And that would also be another great opportunity to meet some of y'all and have a great time. And maybe the pricing there from some folks won't be so bad. I'm a shrewd negotiator. But I definitely won't overpay, and I've got to really, really want it. So that's not a bad deal, I guess, if it's stuff that, again, you see stuff at conventions sometimes that you're just not going to get in the wild unless you're just really patient. And then, you know, that instant gratification, there's something to be said for that. Last year I only bought 2 games. Yeah, I mean, and you know, that's a small percentage of what it's really about, I guess. The camaraderie and meeting everybody and hanging out, that's something, I guess I should have jumped over that. Adventure Island and Circus Caper. Wart Man. What is a Wart Man? I simply must know. It says Wart Man. Wart Man! Oh, it's Wart Man, alright. What in blazes? Wild Boy is in the house. Welcome, Wild. We are looking at this wacky plug and play here, shaped like an N64 controller, but ironically has Famicom games and hacked up versions of NES games and a cartridge slot in the back so that you can play Famicom cartridges on it. So that's fantastic. Yeah, you know, here we are getting some retro gaming in. Again, we've looked at a lot of new stuff recently, but you know me, I mean, I was retro until 2010, and then I never touched a current gen console until then. I was just playing my old school stuff. Also, we got bombs here. Jester, I appreciate you doing that, getting the word out. Okay, so he gets a hold of it. Wadusha swoosh. So now this kind of turns into like a game of Bomberman. And I guess they can pick it up and chase you, so you still got to run. OG NES TMNT is my go-to over the past month. You know, I was watching a really interesting thing on that by a speedrunner. And I learned some things. You know, you think you know everything about a game you had your whole life, and you don't. You don't know everything about it. Dude was he was purposely killing his turtles to the point where they had like a shred of health left, because you actually get a damage boost when the turtles hurt. I never knew that. So he's playing the whole game at a handicap, yet it's at an advantage, even though he could easily die. Dude's a BA, he knows he's not going to get hit, and he's just taking everybody to town. He's got this slight damage buff that's allowing him to finish, you know, the bosses in record time, as well as, you know, get through the physical parts and the platforming of the game in record time. So that, amongst a million other things, just really interesting. I'm just, you know, I've realized over time that I know about games, I have a ton of games, I've never really been good at games. I just love them. But I'm not one of these guys that can just tear games up. And I mean, there's games that I can no death run, there's games I can do speed runs on, but there's not a bunch of them. And it's because I've spent so much of my life playing so many games, I never really got good, you know, at any one. So I've got a few that are my go-to that I consider myself to be good at, but I'm kind of all over the place. My backlog begun, you know, back in the early 90s, so. And it sure hasn't gotten any smaller, because we keep getting games. This can't be Toy Story, right? What is this? Circus Charlie. Yeet, Circus Charlie. Yeet! I'll be honest, I don't think I've had the pleasure. But did he know the names of the TMNT? I think he knew their underwear size. I mean, dude was just on point. But I get you. I am clearly not good at Circus Charlie. I've heard of a Charlie in the box. Charlie needs to go onto the island of misfit toys. Alright, Circus Charlie. Surely there's some turtles on here, right? There probably is. Milk and nuts. Wait a minute, what? It's actually nuts and milk. Let's don't mix it up. Nice Misfits Toys reference. That wasn't bad. That was my best Charlie in the box. Look at this. We're about to play nuts and milk. Okay, so what am I, first of all? Am I Kirby right now? Am I dead? Yeah, you gotta do all those classics come the holidays. Poor Rudolph, just because he's different. I clearly do not know what I'm doing. Okay, so Nuts and Milk is an official Famicom game. And yes, you could definitely make a crude joke. I've never played this. I have no idea the point here, what I'm supposed to be doing. There's a game editor, which I assume akin to Penguin Land on the Master System. Perhaps you can build your own level? Which was really high speed for a game back then. Oh. Why could I jump down there and I can't right here? Yeah, I don't know, man. I have no idea. Am I supposed to climb them? He won't do anything. Yes, you take fall damage. That's affirmative. Well, that was Nuts and Milk, ladies and gentlemen. Running low on time, so we got started late tonight. Let's find something good to round out our experience with. And then, yeah, there is Duck Hunt. We obviously can't do it on a brand new monitor in this day and age, but you do get a gun with this. So I could put this on my CRT out in the garage and we could play Duck Hunt. We've got Southern Fried Game Expo coming up next month here in Atlanta. I'll be there for that, and I'll be speaking at a panel on retro game collecting again. So that will hit the channel after that's done. And hopefully we'll pick up some good things there. Maybe even a cabinet. Really looking forward to some free play. Pinball and arcade games. Captain will be there. The crew from Gen X Grown Ups coming up. John, George, and Mo. Jay, I hope that you have a splendid sleep, sir. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. Great to see you on TNL, my friend. Let's see what, and we're about to conclude here, so you guys have seen just about everything. But let's stop with let's see what WWF game this is. Oh, it's Muscle again. We're not going to play Muscle again. Alright, now one more. Do-over. Let's go the other way and see what we got. Hogan's Alley. These are all just other versions of what we've seen. Arkanoid, Galaxian, Twin B. We can take a look at Twin. It'll be Twin B, though. We know what that is. Yeah, Tekken was definitely not Tekken. What was Tekken? It wasn't the. Was it the Kung Fu game? No, that was King of Fighters. Tekken was something else, but it was definitely not Tekken. Magic jewelry. Okay, that's curious enough. Oh dear Lord, what have we done? Oh, is this like columns? And yeah, it is. So this is basically columns. And it's hideous. I gotta tell you, I love columns. Always have. Oh, dadgum, I donged it. I thought I had enough. I did. I hit one time too many, and it didn't give me the match. But I didn't deserve it. I boobed it. Yeah, the Statue of Liberty's got a really wild color scheme going on here. We loved Tetris, but we were very much a columns household, being as we were Sega. We were raised Sega. And that's just how it was. Loved columns on Master System. Loved it even more on Genesis. Loved the soundtrack. There's actually music from columns on iTunes. And I own it because I like it I think that much of it. I will ride down the road bumping some columns. But both Columns and Tetris boasted such wonderfully composed classical scores in bit, chiptune format, of course. And just wonderful. Easy on the ears. Just wonderful. Oh man, if we just had one we could lay right there. And I think we will right now. Waronga! Waringa! Waranka! This is nuts. This is like a Contra rip. A Columns rip, excuse me. I got Contra on the brain now. So was this something unofficial that was on Famicom that was just a rip-off of Columns, maybe? I've certainly never seen it. Kind of fun, though. Oh, I think we gotta pick a color here. Yep. You knew that was coming. Woo. Okay, so we're at level 1 now. We're moving up in the world. Well, we've had a good time looking at this. I think that's a good stopping point. We saw a bunch of games on this, and we didn't see anywhere near 76,000 versions of the things that we saw here, or even all the types of games there are versions of on this machine. But we got a good look at the machine, and they are on eBay, and they're not terribly expensive. The last time I saw one, I think it was like $30 for a new one in the box with the gun. And, you know, it's cheap to ship from overseas, even if it is imported. So, kind of a neat little thing, but when you think about it, it's a really cheap way to get a Famicom converter that you can play your cartridges in and streaming. That's the big thing, because again, you can rip the guts out of a Gyromite, flip it around, and pop that in your top loader, and you're good to go. I've done that. So, I mean, I've got converters, but it's only RF. You know, it's not AV. With AV, we can upscale it, we can stream it, we can look at it together and enjoy it here on the show. So that's obviously of utmost importance to me. Much more plug-and-play stuff to come. It's still plug-and-play madness on the show. That's not over. There's just other episodes that have to come out to show you some of these things. You got to do everything in the right order, and then we get to these things as we go. And we're going to take a look at some fun compilation carts on this thing in the not-too-distant future as well. It'll be completely different sets of games than what we just saw. So yeah, cheap. I bought one for $5 at a yard sale. Got tons of games on it, you know. And this one didn't cost me anything. I bought it in a parts lot. Got tons of AC adapters, wires, stuff for other bundles. The, you know, consoles that didn't have their parts. I ended up making a killing on just getting all those parts for super cheap, because parts aren't cheap anymore. Buying them a piece as you need them sometimes, but most of the time, no. I want to thank everybody that came out tonight, though. This was kind of a impromptu thing. I've been wanting to do some of these plug and plays, but I looked at this one today and said, dadgummit, we're going to do this one tonight, because that one from the flea market, the batteries can't fit. I don't know. We're going to have to do some research on slimline AA batteries. I know rechargeable ones are fatter, but I've never heard of plain ones any slimmer. Just a curiosity. I don't know. But hey, on your way out, if you haven't already done so, drop a like on the stream. And if you haven't already done so and you're lurking out there, or if you're watching a recap, or whatever you're doing out there, we hope that you're going to subscribe to the Emceemur Show. Be a part of Mur-Nation. We're rising up all the fantastic things that we have going on right here in the show. You need to be a part of it. Make sure that you smack that notification bell so you're always the first to know when new content goes live, because you know that I love making it for you. Thanks again, everybody that showed up tonight, and for everybody that will watch the recap in the not-too-distant future. Emceemur signing off for this fantastic edition of TNL. And I'll see each and every one of you again next time.